So today is going to be a whole episode, around pale oak and the new biome that we got a little while ago. And for those of you who have been around, I have used a lot of pale oak over here on my sorting system box. God, I got people everywhere. I got that guy up there, and then in this hit here we have this guy. You just like literally walked out there, straight in there, just before I started recording. Didn't catch it on camera though. But yeah, so we are going to work on pale oak as our game plan for not pale oak, the pale biome. What is that biome even called? I'm going to Google it. So apparently it's called the Pale Garden, and we've still got that guy running around. Pale Garden. Interesting. Okay, so the Pale Garden biome. I've got a few projects over here at the oil rig. So if we sort of take a little walk over here, we've been doing quite a lot of building and connection. So in this big building here in the corner, we have our wood farm. And in here is where I'm going to put the pale oak farm. Hopefully you can see on the older YouTube, but we don't have a ton of space. And I've been working really hard to design a build that will fit in that space and work. And I think I've done it. I think I've actually done it. So we'll get that in. But also, oh, it's getting dark. I'll sleep. So that's the tree farm build there. But in this box above the sorting system, I've got this space. And what I'm planning to do is put in 2 pale moss farms here to harvest moss, but also to do bone meal production, because we've got quite a few farms, like our coral farm, our tree farm, flower farms, mushroom farm, mushroom block farm even. We've got a lot of farms that require bone meal, and my other one just isn't culling it, and it's a bit of a pain, whereas this one is easy to get to, and then hopefully maybe we'll be able to distribute it around the oil rig. But what I also want to do is actually go back to the pale biome, no, to the pale garden biome, and meet a creaking, because I'm yet to meet one. And we also need to get some creaking hearts, because I've got a little plan. After the last episode, I heard some creaking in a few of the people's builds. So yeah, we'll go and do that, shall we? Isn't this cool? This is our entrance from our nether tunnels into the Pale Garden, which we have here on the server. I think this might have been the Otter General. It could have been very wrong. But whoever did this is looking absolutely stunning. This is so cool and so beautifully done with the tuff. But let's jump through and see if we can find one of these creaking fellas. The instructions on the other side. 1 creaking heart max per player limit, and resin is farmable. Can craft more hearts from resin and pale logs. I can see we've got some frog lights through this little pale forest. It's not the biggest pale forest. Oh, there's some flowers. I don't think I've got any of those yet. Right. This is a bit scary. This is first time. I literally ran in, got got some pale oak, got some saplings, and ran back out. Now I know that there's going to be other. Got my mob sounds on. Hostile creatures. Let's bump that up a little bit. Oh, there's. Oh no. There's. Gotta have the right tools in the hotbar. Turn that off. Sure, I saw. I had him. Oh. Do creaking spawn in light levels? Oh, that's. I'm sure I heard one. Saw that flower blossom, and I'm sure I heard it creaking. Ooh. There he is. Oh my god. Oh no, this is trouble. Oh no. He was up there. He was definitely up there. Oh, got lucky. Come on. I saw a creaking. Oh god. Oh, there you are. Okay. This looks like we got... Oh! 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 Oh, stay there. Oh! 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 Even though you know what's going to happen, that's still a little bit like... Oh, oh dear. Oh, that is unpleasant. Oh, well. I don't think we did too well, did we? Yes, we got a creaking heart. Right, let's go to sleep, and I can change my pants. Well done, Mojang. That definitely puts you on edge, and I can imagine the first time you come across those things, and especially if you don't know what's going on, that could be super, super scary. And there we go. We managed to get a couple of the eye blossoms, some pale hanging moss, creaking heart, which is what we came for, and a little bit of resin and some pale oak. Obviously, I've got lots of the actual saplings from when we were building up the oil rig, but I hadn't got myself any creaking hearts. So now we can go back and make a little harvest farm to make some more creaking hearts. So I've set up this little thing here, and we've already got a creaking. How does this work? Okay. Oh, jeez. Is that all I get? Oh no, maybe it's going on the other side. Ow. I'm really sorry about this, but we got to do this to play some pranks on some people. So we'll keep going with this creaking through the night and see what we get. Oh, we ended up with 4 stacks of, what is this? Resin clumps. So let's see how many more creaking hearts we can get. I think we have to do that. Oh, 17. Oh, we ran out of wood. Okay, so we can get more. Well, that's gonna make this prank real fun. Let's go play some. How many do you need?
Just a couple. It's just for this area over here.
Okay, there's a stack. Oh,
Oh, thank you.
I'll fill that up, don't you worry.
I've got some on me. Oh. Pale wood, nice, I'll take this, thank you.
I got lots of that, don't you worry.
I started doing this over here, and then I realised that it'll look so much better if I made it farmland. So I need to soak up all this water and then make it farmland and then redo it all. Yeah, I'm recording too.
Yeah, it should always be
Just
recording.
flashback though.
Ah.
Yeah, always be recording. That's why you just carrying it around with you.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah.
All right. Well, good luck. Have fun. Always be recording.
Yep. You too. Okay.
Yeah. I think we might have got away with that, and we even showed that hand with the pale oak. This is going to be interesting. Come at me now. Ooh. Oops. Well, good job we can fill this hole in. Yeah. That's right. We'll leave it a little depressed. Eat pig. The pork is all you've ever told. Ooh, someone's in trouble. Well, might as well use it. So now we've played that prank, we'll see how that works out, and if I get some clips from people's streams, then we'll put them in the next episode. But in here we are going to put in pale moss farms. I think we're going to have one over here, one over there, then we'll have a collection for the pale moss here, and then Bonemeal will recirculate through the system, ensuring that it's self-replenishing. And then also we'll have, I guess, some sort of bone block maker thing somewhere in here. We also, I think I'm going to have a doorway out here. We've got some more access points there, maybe even one out that way. So probably all on this side. But as with many things in this oil rig, we are going to have to work with this area rather than just plonking things down and building around it. So that's quite a fun challenge, which I've really been enjoying. And let's see how this turns out, and we'll jump ahead for what I put in. So out here we have put in some more paths and platformy bits so we can get access to other farms. But in here we have two pale moss farms. They are based on a design by Basic Redstone, this top bit especially, but underneath I have made some changes, and these are just a mirror of each. So we've got all the items at the moment are going to be turned into bone meal, so we can back these up, make sure we've got plenty of bone meal whilst we're building up this section here. And then eventually we're going to knock a hole out of this one, and this will come over. We'll have a pale moss collection, and then that will go into a water stream as well, and then we'll collect bone meal, which will turn into bone blocks, and then this one will just come out and turn into bone blocks. So this is where we'll be getting a lot of our bone meal from. And also I'm thinking we'll probably put in some ladders here with a gantry at the top, so we can have a look in and see what's going on in the farms, and really cool sort of system up here. So I guess we should probably jump ahead once again, and I can show you that progress. Okay, so we now have our sorter. This will be sorting out the pale moss. And then we also need to put those in there, and then there we go, we got our shulker just there. And then if we put in, well, we don't want to do all that, we'll do that. There, we should get, and that's for our bone blocks. And we've also got in Bonemeal thingy majiggy things, and then at the back here we have auto crafters, crafter thingy majigs. So those will make our bone blocks and go into the shulker, which will eventually end up in these two droppers. Instead of using chests, I'm using droppers, and same here as well. So that'll all work out, and then there's like override protection on these to turn off the system once those kind of get filled up. Although I'm just looking at this, I probably want to bump this up one more because we want it to be there, not this bottom one. Okay, well, mistakes were made. But anyway, we've got these in now. These are both full. We can see the flashing lights. That means we have got bone meal in those. So that's really cool. Now we just need to pop open these sides and connect everything up. And all the systems will be working really well. And I put in a little bit of ceiling skylight things up there. But let's jump ahead once again, and we'll have this whole system in. And I might even get the gantries, and being me, I might get everything sorted. And in we come, and we can see we have got everything in its place, all sorted. This room is looking awesome, very much an industrial project here. And we've got our on and off switches, we've got our signs for the various things here, and we can get access to our bone blocks and our pale moss. And then I've also put in a little station we can get to our ender chest, and if we flick that, we got hidden crafting. Yeah, that looks cool. But up here is where you will see a big difference. We have our gantry, so we can see the items coming in through there. And then over here is where we have a water stream. So out of each of the two farms, we have the items come, and this is a 4 times circular, I guess. So when we've got this going at full capacity, we'll have a lot of different materials coming around. So it will circle them around this little bit here 4 times, or 3 in that case, and then they will get destroyed by the cactus. So we won't have any items just lagging around up here. And I thought, ooh, that was pretty cool to use that instead of just sending the items past once and hoping that the hoppers will pick it up. We've got a few more chances for that. So wastage is minimized. We got more of these skylights in, but I'm really happy with how this has turned out. And I think we need to go over and do our tree farm. So we're about to head into a live stream, and we're going to be working on this pale oak farm, which will go in here. Hopefully that will work out well, and we'll also hopefully connect it up into our tree farm, which is in here. So I think we'll have steps heading down there, and then I also want to do some work in here on this redstone, so this may look a little bit different. However, we'll have to see how things work out because we are working within quite confined spaces, and it's always a challenge. So if you haven't already, make sure to subscribe and follow me over on Twitch, and let's jump ahead and see what we got done. So now we have the pale oak farm in our tree farm, and it is a literal tinderbox. It's a fire hazard. We have them in, and I've also done the decorations in here. So this is our multi-farm, which I tweaked like I said I would. So now we have the composters, and it takes priority from the items we're composting up there, and then we top it up with our items from our bone blocks, which will obviously get some from the pale moss farm. This bit's still relatively same. We've just decorated it, and then over here our sorting system decided to move our droppers where we kept our saplings up here, and we still have access to the chest. I think I need to put in a little platform for these chests to look to sit on, because I can look through and see what's down there. And then we still have our filter for the saplings and our sticks. And then we've also put in a waste disposal. So if our sticks get backed up, this will destroy any that come through because everything else can be composted. So we only really need to worry about that. And when the light's on, it's working. And when it's off, it's not working. And then also down here, I've put in a Propagule farm, slightly different design by Mine the Fab, all contained within there, a little bit slower. Still need to put in a ladder there. We'll get that put in so we can top up the chests up there as well with bone meal. Lots of bone meal needed. But what you're all here to see is our pale oak and dark oak farm here. So we do have our item sorters for the saplings. We have our bamboo. No, bone meal. Oh dear. Clearly having a bad day that day. But up here we have got our platform for our growing area. And then up here we have our TNT. So all we have to do is come in here, sit in our minecart, turn it on, and then we can start planting the saplings, and then it will grow. The TNT will get dropped from our duper up there down, get blasted, explodificated, get sent along this water stream in the acacia pipe, and then that will also come into our collection area here. So we'll still manage to collect the sticks, the saplings, all that stuff will get run through our filter system and all that. So there's really very little wastage. So I'm very happy with how this turned out. This looks amazing. A few little bits for me just to finish off. But I think that is going to be it for today's episode. So we're going to go out on a blast. And if you haven't already, make sure to hit that subscribe, like and comment. We're so close to 1,000 subscribers. And I'll see you again soon. Bye!